Nicola Sturgeon, Peter Norrell. James Jordan. Sherry Ann Somerville. Jones Winning. Keith Brown. Producer. Anna Harlan. Scott Stewart.
Murder children. Sold out. Out. Out.
Sold out, sold out, sold out.
Out. Out. Out. Out. Out. Out. Out! 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 Deviants! Out! Get your slippers out from under the desk. You can have a clean slate if you come begging on your knees, Pete.
Okay, thank you so much. So that's going to come from here. We're not here today, so it's not like we're standing about reasoning not doing anything. Okay, we have our first speaker coming up, and we're grateful to have her here. Who has agreed to put you on stage. It is the Lord. I'm not brilliant with these words. Is that okay? Is that about right? Or is it too loud? Right, okay. I'm not going to disappoint everyone too much. I'm really surprised that this square is absolutely flat.
Here, here.
Really surprised. I want to say, and I hope there are people disappointed, that this is not about attacking people. I'm not here to attack the First Minister. I'm not here to criticise the First Minister. I am here to deliver a message that I hope somehow she hears. In a political system that has any integrity at all, politicians behave with honour. Honour used to mean that if you made a clear and specific promise to your people, if you stood on that promise and you failed to deliver, what did you do?
Resign!
That's what used to happen. So let's begin with something that's a matter of honour. Nicola Sturgeon promised that if we against Scotland would be entitled to hold a referendum, and we would do that. You remember that?
Yes!
During the Brexit process, the First Minister repeated that Scotland would not be dragged out of the European Union, and we would have a referendum on independence if it went ahead. After Brexit was done, what were we told? There will be a referendum on this. Year after year, this is it. We're gearing up. Scotland will have another referendum. Now let me tell you, I'm no fan of referendums that can be controlled by the UK establishment, like the 2014 referendum was controlled, and its outcome directed in a particular way. But a promise is a promise. Now, the First Minister has gambled on the public support of the British establishment, the Supreme Court, and I make no apologies for my lack of respect for that court. She gambled and she lost. What does a politician do? When they make a promise, they gamble and they lose. An honourable politician resigns. This is not just a matter of honour and integrity. It's now a matter of absolute political necessity. And every Scot who now cares anything about independence has to see this. We are in a position where we cannot afford to wait, where this is urgent. This is political necessity. It is also social and human necessity. We cannot go on like this in Scotland. People are hungry. Our children have diseases caused by malnutrition. And we cannot afford to so what needs to happen is what needs to happen now is that this honourable resignation needs to be used to force an election in Scotland. But that is also an opportunity. An opportunity the First Minister must now take to deliver the message to the British establishment that should have been delivered many years ago, forcefully, with no ifs and buts this time. In Scotland, the people, not their elected representatives, not their parliament, not their government, and not their courts, are sovereign. That constitutional position was ratified by both the English and Scottish parliaments as a condition of the Treaty of Union and of the Union itself. However much the Quisling tell you, it was just believed that it is the Claim of Rights is a constitutional document, and it upholds and enforces the sovereignty of the people over all other authorities in Scotland. That is what was ratified, that is the legal position internationally, and that is the legal position domestically, no matter how the exceptionalism of the British system tries to be interpreted. So here is what happens if our First Minister acts accordingly. She says to Westminster, all right, we are subordinate to you under the Scotland Act because you set us up, but you under the Treaty of Union are subordinate to the Scottish people in Scotland, and therefore it is you who are acting illegally. We will now act lawfully. We will now heed the voice, the will of the Scottish people, and do the right thing, and have that referendum that they have demanded repeatedly in every election since 2014, acknowledging the sovereignty of that people. This will be a plebiscite on independence. And every single candidate who stands in that election will stand on an independent or not ticket. Every single one. And when the votes are counted and the MSPs are returned, a simple majority of pro-independence MSPs will finish the job. And we know you will not accept it. So we will go all the way to the international courts with you because we know one thing. You are acting unlawfully. We have domestic and international law behind us, and we will get international recognition for that independence referendum. That is a straightforward and a very simple route. And that is what you promised, Nicola, a referendum. That's how you deliver it. So that's why I'm here today to call on you to resign and to finally stand by those so far empty words. The people of Scotland. Yes.
Thank you so much. That's excellent. So good to hear something. Okay. Right. We're going to have a wee history lesson here, which I think is very excellent to see what's happening. We're going to learn about Queen's Habit today, or empty jacket, as it is known. So this goes back to 1292 when John Daly was King of Scots. Edward Longshanks was the King of England at the time, and because there was 13 candidates for the next King of Scots, for some reason our Parliament decided that the best person to ask would be the King of England. So we asked the King of England, Which one do you think out of these 15 candidates should be King of Scots? Well, I took Sean Bailey out. We proceeded to humiliate him in Scotland as well, because whoever became King of Scots had to submit to Edward, and that was the deal. I'll fix the king of the state, but he has to do what we want, what I want. So John did. Every time he refused to do what King Edward wanted, Edward Longshank just paid Derek Pointy, killed people, ransomed So eventually John at least had the cojones to go into battle with Edward's troops. And it would have lasted that he actually lost, sadly. He was captured by Edward, stripped of his title, his insignia, ripped off his jacket, and a stone of destiny was taken into London. That's how he became too stubborn. He had no authority. He had an empty jacket with nothing in it. And isn't that what we've got here today, folks? We've got two Tabard 2 in Bute House right now. Somebody who stops at Westminster table and doesn't actually do what Scots want him to do. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. So, we're going to be having a chat about King Tabard later on. So today we've got Professor Al Baird, who's here. Professor of Business and commentator on political Scotland, and it's where we are just now. Lovely to meet you, Mr. Al Baird.
Hello everybody. Welcome to the Colonial Administration. I think there's very few people who have actually studied post-colonial theory as it relates to Scotland. And I had the misfortune to discover the reality through that study, which means oppressed, the social and political determinants of Scottish independence. What happens is basically what we see. What we see is what we get, basically. But where you have a dominant national party that takes power every time and has the carrot dangled in front of the people every election, then they get elected, and not for any particular policies other than the belief that, or their statement that they are campaigning for independence. But what we find in post-colonial theory is that these individuals eventually become very connected to the administrative power or the colonial power. And what happens then is a compromised situation, which is what we see. So every election, in the last 6 now, we've seen majorities of national independence MPs and MSPs elected. That is normally a mandate in a territory for independence, but they refuse to do that. The excuses are provided each time why they can't do that, why they won't do that, and that's what they are, excuses. So the people are taking up a blind alley each time. Each time there's another blind alley going up, and that's the reality. The problem is, the longer this continues, the more the regime has to act like a gang, and its purpose then is to make it look easy, is to introduce new laws, mystification laws, it's called in post-colonial theory, that take the people in different directions. It makes the regime look busy, but in reality it's not taking the people anywhere. It's a delayed independence tactic. What we then see is what we have witnessed the last 2 years particularly, is attacks on pro-independence campaigners. The regime works towards more, what I have to say is the fascist element of colonialism. And at the root of colonialism is fascist Fascism is authority, is the regime becomes more extreme in that sense because its excuses are no longer willing to be accepted by the people. The people can see its compromise. Its excuses are just more hypocrisy. So that's the problem we're in. We then see the creation of new independence parties, which we've seen in Scotland now, 3 or 4 new independence parties and independence groups, Salvo, SSRG, and so on. So this is what happens in what I call, or what we know as, in the theory, the decolonisation process. And let me tell you that we are in the decolonisation process. And people might say, well, is Scotland really a colony? But the answer to that is quite simple. Colonialism is primarily economic plunder. Economic plunder here is managed, it means our whole economy is controlled by external interests. All our energy is controlled by external interests. All our resources, our whiskey, our agriculture, all our land is owned outside Scotland. People can come here and buy anything they want. Scotland is just an asset globally where international money can be laundered buying any asset in Scotland. What we can also see is poverty. And 2 million people or more are in or close to poverty. Half the population in Scotland live in or close to poverty. And the poverty is basically the equivalent of the value extracted from the economy, the value plundered. How is this done? It's done politically, so externally our politics is controlled by outside interests, Westminster and other entities, global entities, Davos, World Economic Forum, you name it, they're all involved in the way Scotland and small countries can be exploited and marginalised. It's also done culturally, and in my book you'll see very significant mention of culture and language, which gives your people their national identity, their national consciousness. The root of an independence movement is national identity, national consciousness. The lady here doesn't want to talk about ethnicity. Ethnicity is always important in independence movements because the solidarity of an independence movement is based on the oppressed ethnic group, which in our case is Scots speakers. Remember also here, talking about language, the Rain Raw Scots mother tongue, as well as Gaelic to some extent, that's been remedied to a little degree, but Scots language is deprived. The people are not taught their Scots language. That is what gives us our identity, our national consciousness. Without that, there is no independence movement. We need to keep hold of our Scots language. And I say this for months time of the year, but there's many, many poets, as we know, in Scots that we never talk about as well. So, this is all done economically, politically, and culturally. And remember that colonialism is also known as cultural colonialism. And cultural assimilation into another culture is the way the imperial powers dominate the people. Cultural assimilation is the way you lose your identity, you lose your culture, you lose your nationhood and your national consciousness. And that is the basis of the independence movement. How do we get out of this? We have to keep pushing ahead, keep fighting. The new independence parties are the sign. The people are now turning against this regime. The people can see it's a gang. The people can see it's compromise. The people can see it's going, just like the lady in New Zealand went. This is going very, very quickly. And this will turn very, very rapidly as the people realise they have been duped by a pile of frauds. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to Mr. Alfair for coming up and doing that today. Thank you. Okay, we're going to do another chant. And this is called Yes, No. So I'm going to call out So, this is call and response again, so I'm going to call out a phrase, and you answer yes or no. And again, we want you to shout it out, we want to scream and say hello, and be orchestrated.
we want you to actually shout it out so everybody can hear it and you feel better. Also, it keeps you up. So when I shout out a phrase, you shout yes or no. Okay. So, do you trust Nicola Sturgeon? No! Do you trust USNP? No! Do you trust the AEC? No! Do we want independence? Yes! Did we get the publicly owned energy company? No. Did we get the constitutional convention that were promised? No. Did we get better school education? No. Did she sell off one of our wind farms? Yes. Did Patrick Brady get sacked? No. Do we trust John Nicholson? No. Do we trust Stephen Flynn? No. Our Scotland policy that by Stonewall? Yes. Fabulous. Do we want the registrar? No. Did we want the PRAs to go through?
Absolutely not!
Were they asked? No. Did we want independence?
Yes! Can you, what's it, just set up?
Can you hold that a wee second?
Thanks,
Mike.
Your NHS workers get paid enough.
Thank you.
Do teachers get paid enough? No. Do we support workers' strikes? Yes. Do SNP MPs work for us? No. Do they fight for independence at every opportunity? No. Do they trust Mary Black? Do they think they're settled in? Yes. Do we want 2 3/4 treated in Scotland? No. Were we asked? No. Do we think the Murrows work for us? No. Do they work for themselves? Yes. Okay, coming up to the last one. Is this union working for us? No. Is new SNP working for us? No. Do they keep their election promises? No. Do they want Sturgeon out? Yes! So, thanks for that, guys. Next up is a lovely lady who is often seen on Tourist Scottish Prism. Yes, she's very good. It's Yvonne Ridley who's coming to talk to us today, and if you could all listen and enjoy. Thank you.
I'm looking round for any hostile posters and placards. Can't see any. I want the Gender Recognition Act gone, and I know you do too. And it pains me as a feminist to stand in front of the house of a woman who calls herself a feminist to her fingertips. But I will tell Nicola Sturgeon this woman to woman, because no one else in your party has the guts to stand up to you and tell you the truth. But no one's answered this question. Why the hell does a man want to be legally recognised as a woman? This is state-sanctioned fiction. Mind you, if you're posh or religious, you don't have to pretend that men can be women. I'm a Muslim woman, and I enjoy when different sexes are very much celebrated and respected. And I believe that the same applies in the Christian churches in our midst. The aristocracy cannot have women inheriting aristocratic lands or titles. The whole GRA has to go in its entirety. So if the House of Lords won't wish, and the landed gentry won't wish, then why the hell should ordinary people like you and I? Today I learned that Nicola Sturgeon insists that she has plenty left in the tank, and that she hopes to be leader to take Scotland to independence. Well, I'm grabbing my ice skate because hell will freeze over first. To be brutally frank, she's not capable. In fact, I wouldn't put her in charge of a cabbage patch. She's had 7 years to perfect this GRR nonsense and has failed miserably. Now that the UK government, pushed by tens of thousands of women and human rights groups, have blocked the bill. She has put many women in the invidious position of going cap in hand to the Tory government for the first time in their lives to get this bill repealed. She should, somebody's just said, not just women, it's alien to a lot of us. Nicola, you should never have put us in this position in the first place. How dare you? The fault isn't in Westminster. The fault is there in Bute House, and nobody has the balls to tell us the truth. Even if she walks out now, it will not be a cause for celebration, especially among those political parties focused on the issue of independence. Alex Salmond delivered with just 6 MPs in the British Parliament when he was the First Minister. At the height of her rapidly diminishing power, she had 56 MPs in Westminster, and she still can't deliver independence. It's time to go, Nicola. What is the point? She took her eye off the goal and chose the time to stab women in the back with the treacherous GRR bills. As the gender cult that is now the SNP celebrated in Glasgow at the weekend, demanding rights for men in dresses, some waved placards calling for Turks to be beheaded, while Dawn Thulis, Kirsten Oswald, Cowper Stewart, and Stuart MacDonald, MSPs and MPs, stood by the placards, grinning like Cheshire cats. And then they said, oh, we didn't see them. Absolute rubbish. Well, when they come knocking on our doors for our votes, we'll tell them exactly what to do with their GRR bill. And we have to get this message out because we have to show them we will not forgive, we will not forget. The gender war is on our doorstep. If we don't stop the witch-finder general Nicola Sturgeon, then the rights of women along with scientific and freedom of speech will be threatened by her insanity. Her SNP mantra is trans women are women. It's utter rubbish. But here's my mantra. I have a vagina. My husband says, please don't say that word. He said, everybody knows you've got the point. I have a vagina and I am a woman. And today, Nicola Sturgeon, I can tell you, women won't wish And when you were dragged, kicking and screaming out of those doors, that will be ringing in your ears. Wigan won't reach. Wigan won't reach. Wigan won't reach. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. That was lovely. Okay, now, we have a poem. Thank you. And I'm just going to give it a poem just now. And we do that because it's Burns Night, and we do that because we're Scots, and we do that because we're in Scotland.
That's right.
Thank you. Hi, can you hear me clearly? Yes. Great. I'll do my best. You think closer. That might muffle it. Okay. Today is the 264th anniversary of the birth of Robert Burns. And he was still writing now. Boy, he has some stuff to write about. So, he wrote many political songs and poems. We're not licensed for me to sing, but we're licensed for me to speak. So I'm going to speak one of his political poems, and I am just going to say the words exactly as Burns wrote them, and I'll let you all decide whether you think they are relevant today. This is his song, Pastoral Roads in a Nation. Farewell to Scotland's fame, farewell our ancient glory, farewell into Scotland's name, say famed in martial story. Now stark Grimsowers always stands, and Tweed brings to the ocean, to mark where England's province stands. Such a parcel of roads in a nation, with force or guile, with ne'er subdued through mud warlike ages, is wrought now by a coward few, for howling traitors' wages. The English people looked at his name, secure in Barber Station, but English gold has been obeyed to this.
I could almost do it without. Could I?
Yeah. Just hold it down here, just a wee bit away from you.
Further away, please stay closer. You're getting further away.
Yeah.
Right. No.
Shall I start the poem again?
Aye, go on.
Because I screwed it up the first time. I might screw it up the second time. Farewell to our Scottish fame. Farewell our ancient glory. Farewell e'en to our Scottish name. Say famed in martial story. Now, Sark rins our Solway sands, and Tweed rins to the ocean, to mark where England's province stands. Such a parcel of rogues in a nation.
In there.
Which force or guile could ne'er subdue through mony warlike ages, is wrought now by a coward few, for hireling traitors' wages. The English steel we could disdain, secure in Valor's station, but English gold has been our bane. Such a parcel of rogues in a nation. Oh, would or I had seen the day when treason thus could sell us. My old grey head would lean in clay, with Bruce and loyal Wallace. But pith and power, till my last hour I'll mark this declaration. We're bought and sold for English gold. Such a parcel of rogues in a nation.
What a voice. Fantastic.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Okay, next up is our gentleman, political commentator and blogger, Peter Bell. So let's come up, Peter. Yep, that's you. You're up. I know.
I'm Big Bell, I'm a man. I only go into ladies' toilets and emergencies. There are a lot of emergencies these days. I'm going to be looking for a nose today. There's three reasons for that. The first is that my memory is not very good, and I can't remember what the other two are. No, the second one is that I don't work for a nose. If I start ad-libbing, I start speaking from the heart, and the anger comes out. And you didn't want that. It gets messy, so you didn't want that. So, excuse the notes. Scotland's cause. Scotland's cause. Well, I like to call it these days. Scotland's cause. It's not about currency, what currency we use, or how our pensions are paid, or whether we'll be a few pounds richer or poorer. It's about how we think of ourselves, our communities, and our nation. It's about whether we see ourselves as being a nation at all, or whether we see ourselves as merely a region within the British state. A nation is its people. We are the people of Scotland. We are the nation of Scotland. We are a nation, not because others say that we are. We don't need anybody else's permission or acknowledgement to be a nation. We are a nation because we say we are. What kind of nation are we? Obviously, that depends on what kind of people we are. Too often, nations are judged by the quality of the politicians who take it upon themselves to be the public face of the nation. Please, don't let Scotland be judged by the quality of our politicians. British nationalists like to pretend that campaigners for Scotland's cause are claiming some kind of Scottish superiority. They like to put about the notion that we are saying that the people in Scotland have different and somehow better attitudes than people in the rest of the UK. It's all lies, of course it is. All we claim is that there is a distinctive political culture in Scotland. Not unique, not necessarily better, but different from the rest of the UK. The British political elite finds this abhorrent. British nationalists detest distinctiveness. They deplore the fact that we choose not to be just like them. They hate that we won't stay in the box that they've made for us. Our own political elite, meanwhile, talks the talk of Scotland's distinctiveness as a nation, whilst dutifully walking the line laid down by the British state. We want independence, not because we regard ourselves as superior, but because we refuse to accept that we're inferior. We refuse to accept that we are less than the people of other nations who take their independence for granted. If the kind of nation we are depends on the kind of people we are, what kind of people are we? From all the world can tell by looking at our politicians, we are the kind of people who are meekly content to accept a subordinate status in a political union that was contrived in a different age for purposes that were never relevant to us. A union that we, the people, had no part in creating or sanctioning. An anachronistic, dysfunctional, corrupt union which serves none of the people of these islands well and serves Scotland only ill.
That's right.
A union which was always intended to serve the purposes of the ruling elites. A union which, in that regard, if no other, has not changed one iota in the last 3 centuries. A union that sucks the human and material resources out of our nation and in return gives us government by parties that we have emphatically rejected at the polls. A union that imposes policies which are anathema to the people of Scotland, policies which have been rejected by the people of Scotland. A union which will always make Scotland less than it might be, and us less than we have a right to be. This is what our politicians have been accepting on our behalf. Their acceptance of our subordinate status has defined us in the eyes of our neighbours, the world, and ourselves. The voice of dissent is a voice that says, enough, no more. We are not subordinate. We are not inferior. We are not less than the people of other nations. And no longer will we allow the politicians to define us as such. Scotland's people, louder. Scotland's people are being treated with casual contempt by the British political elite while being played for fools by Scotland's own political elite. We, the people, are being crushed between an imperialist regime that is incorrigibly corrupt to the core and a colonial administration that is so intent on the screeching demands of an outlandish clique it long stopped listening to the voice of the people. It's time the people started pushing back. It's time the voice of dissent grew so loud that it can no longer be dismissed by the British political elite, and so insistent it cannot be ignored by Scotland's own political elite. We are the voice of dissent and we will be heard. We are the people of Scotland and we say yes. We are the people and we say no. I said I would tell you the third reason, or maybe I forgot to say, I can't remember. I said I was supposed to say I would tell you the third reason I was working from these notes. A lot of stuff that is in that, what I just read out there, I gave a speech in Dundee in March 2014. Very near, you were there, I think.
Dundee!
That's why nobody heard it then. That's nearly 9 years ago, folks, and I just think about that. I can stand here 9 years on, and the words that I used all those 9 years ago are still relevant. I think that's a disgrace.
Yes.
A total disgrace.
Yep.
Thank you all.
They're a disgrace.
Thanks for that, Peter. So, the next thing we have is our poem. We have 2 poems coming up. One of them is written by the very own dissenter Graham Bell. Let him have a chat. Come over there. And yeah, we do this today because it's fun tonight. And we do this because it's Scots, and we keep this because this is Scotland. Through blinking eyes, to bobbing feet, passed through of supine clones, some activist and this was thrown. It returned to their bones alive, where under her hope slowly died. The winding road the devil is longer still than ever with me. We people, we say enough. We've had our fill of gender stuff. You've had your time, you know it's so. The people of Scotland say, Sturgeon, go. While Europe's eyes fixed on mighty things, the fate of empires and the fall of kings, while facts of state must speak to his plan, and even children live their rights of man. Among this mighty thoughts, while Europe's eyes fixed on mighty things, the fate of empires and the fall of kings, while facts of state must speak.
Where's our money, Morrow? Where's the cash?
I had to lend it to Patrick Harvey to build a new basement for these 200 kids that have gone missing.
But it was supposed to be for our independence referendum.
Well, we might manage one by 249, but you've got to re-elect the SNP both votes.
Well, do you know what? It's just as well you're wearing that prison uniform, because that's where you're going.
Bring it on. There's lots of young boys in the prison.
We are joined by well-known political commentator, very good at writing writers into the Times. We've read a few. Thanks very much. Give it up for Leah.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Great. So we know the British establishment is never going to let Scotland go, don't they? There'll never be another Section 30 because Westminster will never agree. They almost lost us in 2014 and they won't risk that again, will they? That's because they can't afford to lose Scotland. Unfettered access, I should add, to our energy, our fisheries, our whiskey, our land, and our people. They know they'll lose their permanent seat on the UN Security Council if we go. They know they'll lose a place to stash their nuclear weapons if we go. England's attitude towards Scotland has been contemptuously expressed over and over again. In her 2015 maiden speech, Lucy Fraser, Tory MP for Cambridgeshire, home of Oliver Cromwell, celebrated Scotland being brutalized by Cromwell, who sold 100,000 Scottish men into slavery in the West Indies. English MPs laughed. Nicola Sturgeon's fixation on doing things legally is bizarre. By legal, she means legal under the English system. Nicola Sturgeon made a huge mistake appealing to the English Supreme Court for permission to hold a referendum on our future when we had to have the power to do it ourselves all along. Her actions confirm Holyrood's subservience to Westminster and show that Holyrood is merely a colonial administration. The Supreme Court decision claiming Scotland was voluntarily annexed reveals our colonial status. When she lost the Supreme Court, she should have resigned. We will never restore our sovereignty with Nicola Sturgeon at the helm. Since 2016, she's repeatedly promised to deliver an independence referendum. A referendum was promised in the event of Brexit, then before Brexit was completed, then after Brexit was completed, then if the SNP won the 2021 elections. The latest promise, to use the 2024 general election as a plebiscite, has just been discarded. What a surprise. No nation that has become independent has ever received consent from the state it wishes to leave. If we want our independence restored, we must have the courage to take it back by declaring our independence from the UK and seeking international recognition from other independent states. The International Court of Justice, in its Kosovo opinion, stated clearly the domestic law of the state you are leaving cannot restrain your independence. Let's not forget the claim of right, which was inserted into the Treaty of 1707 as a condition of that treaty, shows that the Scottish people are sovereign, which means we have the right to choose our own future. Popular sovereignty means that people have the right to sack a government that fails to uphold their rights. The claim of right is the only codified constitution in the UK. Think about that. We need to reclaim it and assert it now. The UK is collapsing around us. 3 MPs in a year is a symptom of collapse. It's increasingly isolated from the international community, from the United States. I can tell you as an American, they're not too fond of the UK, and the European Union, which isn't terribly fond either. The Scottish people are poor, cold, and hungry, and an obscenity when our nation has such riches. If we had real leadership in Scotland, they'd be taking advantage of this historic moment of UK weakness and to exit this rotten edifice reunion. On Burns Day, the Bard would surely agree we've had enough doom-hardened, being held down by the UK. It's time we stand up again and restore our ancient nation to its rightful place among the world's free nations. So we're calling on Nicola Sturgeon to resign. Thank you very much.
And everyone should buy Professor Barrett's book.
Yeah, got it.
Oh, I've got that sandbag.
Got it.
Okay, now, we're going to have an open mic session where people can come up and have a wee 2 minutes venting their frustration. No swearing, please. But feel free to come up. If you want to come up, you do want to come up for a wee open mic session. If you come and see Graham here, this chap here, so he can speak to you first, we'll go ahead and do that. Before that, we're going to have a 2-hour chat. Okay, so it's fairly easy. We want you to really get it out there. Come on, we can shout this time. So, the chant is say it loud, say it clear. We don't want 2 tabbers here. You up for that? Okay, come on. Come on, here we go. Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want 2 tabbers here. Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want 2 tabbers here. Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want 2 tabbers here. Another one we've got is this one which I like is, hey, hey, ho, ho, it's time for you to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, it's time for you to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, it's time for you to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, it's time for you to go. Okay, first up for this lady here coming over for the, you coming over? Lady here is coming over for the no?
You're not speaking.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Hello everybody.
Hello.
This is a bit impromptu, so just try and rattle through as quick as possible. What was it? 130,000 people joined the SNP after the last referendum. They showed their support. People all over the country voted for the SNP. Over and over again for independence. But they never listened to anybody that joined them. They never let anybody know what they were doing. And now this green alignment that we've got. Does anyone know more digging into what the GRR bill really is, what the implications are? There's more than what you hear in the media. I've got looking for 3 years of being ill, so
Fine, when you go ahead.
I can't do it. There's more their clothes, rather than people who just go about minding their own business, see what you want, that's fine. If you're a consenting adult. So when drug companies profiting from telling kids to have beauty blockers because you feel a bit different if they grow up to be gay, if they're autistic, if they're looking for kids and care, and they're all getting told, oh, you're different, even their own peer group. It's like a wildfire. You know, oh, if you're different, you think you're different, you want to wear a tracksuit or something like that. Suddenly you're on a race to puberty blockers and a race to sterilization, and people denying what it is just to be a human being, you know, whether you're male or female. But all of this is also sabotaging democracies around the world. Every government, every parliament, every council is being told originally it used to be for equal opportunities, but that is just eroded now. It's a joke. This is a cult. You know, it's not protecting the minorities in society, you know, that may have been picked upon or, you know, needed some representation. It's way beyond that. And the media is pushing it, and the drug companies are pushing it. And I think, along the way, everybody wants to divide society. Throw that in. It's just like a grenade to the cohesion of society. Kids can be told things, see a doctor, and the parents don't even know about some of it in some countries. You know, it's so dangerous. And then taking away spaces, taking away any safeguarding for children and women. That's 50% of society is women. You know, to start just one last thing. This is like a Trojan horse. Nobody voted for this in Scotland. Nobody was consulted. You say there was 6 years of consultation on this. No, there wasn't. And there is no money at years before Christmas. But nobody voted for this. This is dangerous to all society, but it's directly dangerous to women and children. You know, nobody wants rapists and born in prison, and that's the tip of the iceberg. It's actually changing children's bodies, you know, and pushing people against each other. You know, just causing hatred. You know, and other people are profiting from it. And all we really want to be, as far as I'm concerned, is it undermines the independent space when you're there. You know? Thank you. 6 seconds. George.
Can everybody hear me? Right. Okay, I've written nothing down, but just to say, when I parked my motor over at Cameron Toll at the bus here, I expected about a dozen people. What a fantastic turnout considering our movement is less than 2 years old, right? And it involves everybody from all political parties that want their freedom now. Just to say, I want my freedom before these guys over there in Polis start getting grey beards and grey hair. Because if we don't do something, that's what will happen. They'll be here, but they're just ready to retire. We'll still be talking. So just to say, do not give up for a second. Do not despair, because we are actually going places. Unlike what you would make you believe from the BBC and ITV and STV and all the papers, we've got to stop looking at what's happening in the world outside Scotland in spite of what's happening in Scotland. In other words, look what's happening in Scotland first. Think about Scotland. There's so many distractions on TV just now and on radio that we get our head involved in. We've got to get focused right here, right in Scotland, and try and free our country. If anybody needs a key, I'm sure the police will let you into Bute House. If you ask them nicely. So as I say, have a great day, fantastic, it's Burns Day. When you look back at our movement, we have come a hell of a long way. hell of a long way. It took 40 years for the SNP, I think it was the 60s, to get come out with this. And we've done it in less than 2 years, so do not despair, do not feel that it's not going our way, because it is going our way. The wheels are coming off Nicola's wagon, and she knows it. If you see any recent pictures, she is what my granny used to say, she looks drawn, unwell. So, as I say, be positive, focus right here now on what's happening in Scotland, and we're going to get there. We will win sooner than anybody thinks. Sooner than anybody thinks. Okay?
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Right, next up is Mr. Morrow.
I was going to say another thing to speak to you today. Say that in honor of our farm, I was going to get going in this day. Can you hear it? Happy year. Oh God, put it back on! So anyway, here's a big point that you might know. Based on the character that I'm playing today, Mr. Morrow, if you remember when he was talking in the Parliament inquiry, he said, oh look at that guy! So, one from Shoreham, the 18th of September 2014. Chief of Joy, 56 and 59 MPs the following year. 3 for a girl and 4 for a boy, we better not start on that. 5 for silver. 30 pieces of it, Nicola. 30 pieces of silver. 6 for gold. Peter Murrow has got 600,000 quid of our money. And the police have been taking almost 2.5 years to actually be able to charge them because they're corrupt Crown Office.
Where's my money?
7 for a secret never to be told. We'll go back to that in a minute. Because there might be told of that. 8 for West, 1 for the West. And then a kiss of death with this First Minister that will do. And 10 is the bulk that we must not miss. 10 is the bulk that we must not miss. There is one bird been missing for this whole thing for the last couple of years. There's one bird been missing. When the Judicial Review was held by Alex Salmond against the Scottish Government, the day that they collapsed the case was due before one witness was due to give evidence. They collapsed the case on the advice of their own lawyer, who said, even the faculty advocates, who said, look, your case is unstable, and so your witness can't talk. But without this, we'll remember with you. But, so we carry on. Parliamentary inquiry. Parliamentary inquiry. John Swinney protected that witness to give evidence at all. One person. And we're standing here, most as though, at the end of the day, this witness that was not called happens to be the one person that can win Nicola Sturgeon of the whole lot here. And it's not right. That witness is believed to be the person who leaked the story to the press because she'd been shagging David Clyde and some troll in it for her somewhere in America to the Daily Editor. Talking about sleeping with the enemy. Now there you go. That person is a bird that must go miss, and that's the bird that can bring this whole cabal down.
Now we've got Sean Davis. Sean Davis here.
Don't touch that. Don't touch that. You'll be. Hey, can you hear me? Yeah. Don't shoot. Hey, I'm not going to Can I first of all say happy birthday to the Army Birds?
Yep.
What we've got to remember is Nicola Sturgeon works for us. We don't want for her. Where is she? Where is any of the MSPs that were there on Saturday during the GRR protest? Where are they? Hiding. Well said. Where is she?
Have you done your money?
Independence is important for all of us, for our kids, for grandkids, even future generations. Where is any MSP or MP for that? Not here. Where are they? Now, she's got a choice. She either continues fighting over Section 35 that Westminster approved against us. That's a good point as well. However, where is she? Where are they all? We Scots need independence and we need it now. Now there's people here that want her to resign. And I have given her several chances to come and sign my flag to stand with other independence parties, and she's not coming. I've sent emails, no answer. Yet she writes. They all write. I want to see, as she said, no, that's an independence referendum on the 19th of October. We won't get it. She would rather fight us Section 35 in court. She paid us to court, spent our money, and went to the Supreme Court to see if we could hold an independence referendum, and they said no. Now, if it was me in charge, I would hold that referendum now. You know, I come up here, I didn't like what I was going to say. But, and I didn't want to say this, do it or resign. Yes. We're fed up. Robbie Burns would certainly cover his grave in the state of Scotland right now. It's a mess. Bairns are going hungry, they're going cold, the parents can't afford to feed them under this rule of Westminster. And we can blame Westminster as well, but the Scottish Government need to do more. Instead of fighting gender recognition, they should be fighting for independence. Yes. And then, once independence is gone, we've got it, fighting for gender recognition. At the moment, the people of Scotland do not care about that. We care about independence, and that is what we need. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Please go to the
Thank you, guys!
As you know, sometimes I don't speak, because all the time I do speak when I've got something to say. I'm getting to the stage where I'm getting fed up and there's no coming out and supporting us. There's Davey over there. Yes, him and I stood outside, served in prison, and up the Royal Mile for 4 months. Oh, I'm not allowed to shout, but I only shout when I'm angry, so I better come to everybody. He stood outside that parliament, blah blah blah, support people. I'm getting to the stage where I'll never stop fighting, and a lot of you don't realise, and I've just told my friend Maureen there, I am 80 this year, and now I'm getting and fight for it. Okay, some of you can't come out, but you've got voices. Use your voices. Wings over Scotland. Wings over Scotland. Support Wings over Scotland. I'm sorry. Wings over Scotland. Support Wings over Scotland. This is the Freedom Bell. This is called the Freedom Bell. Now listen to this. Graham Brown. Can you hear the Freedom Bell ring? Can you hear the 45 sing? I don't care what they say. I'm gonna do it anyway. We will win. Now the only way we will win is if everybody stops wishing for Indy. I pounded these streets for the SNP for 7.5 years. All these ones that I got into that Scottish Parliament and Hollywood, I pounded the streets for them. Do you know this? I'm going to tell you a story, because it's about time we got the people's story. The people's story. My husband was an independent supporter. Unfortunately, he took cancer, and he died on a Sunday. I went down on Monday, and I registered his death, and I sorted all the fares, cancelled this, cancelled that. Tuesday, I went down to the funeral place, organised his funeral, right? Do you know, 10 days before he got buried, do you know what I did on Wednesday? I was out leafleting for the SNP on a Wednesday for after my husband had died. That's how passionate I was for the SNP. I pounded the streets. I did so much work. I was actually Shona Robertson guest at the opening of the Scottish Parliament in 2016. I was her guest. And now look what she's done for the GRA, Joe Fitzpatrick. I don't know what he's doing. What is he fighting for? He's not supporting his gender theory because he should be. I used to be proud to walk down in the marches with all you guys. I was proud to go down the streets. I've been in Dunfermline shouting down the streets, everybody! The yes capital of Scotland. We've got 2 MPs, 2 MSPs. The whole council is at SNP. See now, I'm don't be ashamed of being Dundee. Maureen's the same, she's been Dundee. We've pounded. What have you done for us? No, they're lining the pockets and they're filling all the posts with, well, I can't even think what to call them. I am angry. I have pounded the streets as we all have done. I'm also angry that people are not coming out and supporting it. But I'll tell you what, I might be 80, but I'm still going to be alive when we get independence, because I'm determined that I'm not going to be in their grave until I get independence.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. But, really, a day for victory. What a hard one. Right, this stuff is Graham Bell. Ceremony handing over a flag. Graham Bell.
Hi, folks. Just a quick word from me to say that we were quite eager to summary today, although it seems slower than anticipated. However, I don't welcome to the group of percent. Let's take this group here. This is the first of the 20 demonstrations to follow. We are coincided with 12.
Don't swallow the microphone.
Oh, sorry, I'm being told off here.
Don't swallow it.
Okay. You right, as I was saying, we fully intend to make sure there's demonstration after demonstration after demonstration until the message is heard loud and clear. People of Scotland have enough. She needs to go. We're never going to end independence under her tenure, so the whole cabal and her needs to go. Simple as that. If you support that, say yes. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, I'd say thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it. We wish we could do more. And thank you to our speakers. Grateful that you came and contributed. Thanks to the open mic folk. Thank you. We're really grateful that you came. Thanks to the boys. Done a grand job as usual. And this is Ray, our PA man, took a PA for about 5,000 feet. But don't worry, we'll use that for later on. And one day there will be 5,000 feet. We'll be here. Thank you very much, folks.
Next time.
Next time.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you, Mary. Hopefully, I'll be 10 minutes yet. Just putting it together. So, that's Frankie Mary there. So, just a few.
Well, I hope it's not. That's all for now, folks. Catch you later. Wait, hang on, just wait, this is still live. Just put it off, right? I can't switch it off, you'll need to put it off yourself.
I made no comment about Susan.